As a parent, you want your kids to be smarter, brighter, and better than the rest. So, here is how kids are going to learn the chess fundamentals in the most basics way so that they build on a great foundation to become a great chess player and also inculcate those key life skills in them, which not only helps them in the short run but throughout their entire life. Dear parents, my name is Sunil. I am the founder and CEO of Kaabil Kids. I am a federated chess player and I'm going to start a series of chess videos which are going to be very informative to children, helping them with all the basic fundamentals of chess that lays down a strong foundation for them. And this is specifically for ages 5 to 15 years. And let's get started with the incredible chess lessons from me. Hello kids and chess lovers. In today's video, we are going to talk about the chessboard and we'll talk about the names of all the pieces and we'll talk about how does each piece move. So this is going to be basically a foundation video for everyone, people who want to start to learn chess right from the scratch. So here we begin. You all can see a chessboard and the shape of the chessboard is like a square. If you see, there are like 8 squares on each side, and if we multiply 8 with 8, so we have 64 squares. So there are 64 squares in the chessboard, and many of you may not be aware that each of the squares have their own name. Okay, so let's try to understand what are the names of each of these squares. So first of all, if you notice, can you see these alphabets from A to H? So these are known as files. Okay, so let's try to understand what's a file. So file is something which is more of a standing line. So for example, if we want to know which is the D file, so the standing line, this is the D file, and if you count the number of squares, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 squares in the D file. Now since it's a square, so therefore there will be 8 squares on all the sides. Now if you want to know which is the G file, so here is the G file. There you go, that's the G file. So we have 8 squares, and so all these standing lines, they are known as the files. Now can you spot there are alphabets, they are the numbers, sorry, they are the numbers on numbers from 1 to 8. Now these are known as ranks. So for example, let's say if I have to show you the rank 6, so this is going to be the rank 6. So rank 6, we can also say these are called as sleeping lines. So let's count the number of squares. Again, they will be 8. So let's count 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And now let's try to understand which is the rank number 2. So there we go. That's the rank number 2. And again, it has 8 squares. Okay. Now we understand the files, which are the alphabets, which are like standing lines. So like this is the E file, and the ranks are the sleeping lines. So let's try to name the square. Let me take off all these arrows first. Okay, so let's try to name the square. So I'm going to highlight on this. Let's try to name the square. So the first name of the square would be the name of the file that it belongs to, and the last name would be the name of the rank. So this is in which file? So this is file E. Okay, so this square is in the file E and this is in the rank 6. So therefore the name of the square is going to be E6. All right. Now let's try to identify which is H4. So let's go to the H file. So this is the H file, and let's try to see where is the rank 4. Here's the rank 4. So they meet at this square. So this is going to be the H4, the one which is highlighted. All right. So similarly, you can name all the squares on the chessboard. So let's do a few more examples for your better understanding. So let's try to name C6. So for C, we'll go to the C file. Here's the C file. And for 6, let's go to the 6th rank. Here we go. So this is C6. And let's do one last one. So let's try to understand which is the A1. A1 is, this is the A file. And the first rank is this one. So the left corner square, that is A1. So I hope everybody is clear on the files, the ranks, and name of the square. Okay. So let's move on to understanding the colors of the squares. So there are light squares and there are dark squares. So generally, I have seen a lot of kids and a lot of chess players, they say white squares and black squares. So when it comes to the chess terminology, it is always dark square and light square. Now, these are the light squares. If you see, these are the light squares. All right. And these are the dark squares. The ones which are darker, these are the dark squares. So there are 64 squares in total, and we have 32 squares are the light and 32 squares are the dark squares. Okay. And the ones, now we have also understood the file, the rank, and now these are the diagonals. So diagonals are the ones which go diagonally, right? Now these are all diagonals. There we go. So many diagonals, right? So let me show you the diagonal once again. So this is the longest diagonal, and the longest diagonal will have 8 squares. So let's try to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And then the shorter diagonal is this one. This is the shortest diagonal, and there are 2 squares in the shortest diagonal possible. Okay. Now let's try to make a diagonal on the light squares. Okay. This is the longest diagonal for the light square, and this is a bit shorter one, and this is shorter again, and this is the shortest one. Okay. So now we understand the files, which are the standing lines. We understand the ranks, which are the sleeping lines. And we also understand the diagonals. Okay. Now again, once again for your revision. So these are the files, the standing lines. These are the ranks, the sleeping line, and this is a diagonal. Okay. And we now also know what is the name of each of the squares. So I hope you have found this video very informative. Now you know how many squares there are in the chessboard. There are 64. There are light squares, there are dark squares, there are files, there are diagonals, and there are the ranks. Okay. Thank you. Look forward to see you in the next video.